we paced with them for a good amount of the game. That was because of our offense. We could have had better attacks on some plays, but for the majority of the game, I thought our offense kept us afloat.
And then, defensively, seemed like some extra chances, the fouling in the first quarter, anything that really stood out to you as some opportunities for growth?
Yeah, I just think, overall tightness on that end of the floor. I thought the way we pursued and pick and roll tonight, that's an essential thing with this team because of how they shoot the ball, even from the mid-range. And so that could have been a lot better, and that kind of had a downstream effect on the stats that you mentioned. But we were just overall not tight enough on that end of the floor to really give ourselves a chance.
Is it encouraging, though, with as much as you all left on the table in terms of the finishing around the rim, that as these guys continue to grow physically and just continue to mature with those attacks, that those will fall at a higher rate moving forward?
Yeah, it's delicate balance. I think there's a little bit of that where it's like the team's going to improve, and there's plays that we're not getting now that maybe we can rely on in the future. But we also have the opportunity to learn lessons from the game. And just, if we finished those plays, we still would have given up 124 points. So, we certainly have to learn those lessons against a good team. And we just, we'll continue to try to do that.
There's also in Valley Sports, obviously, a career night for Isaiah, 28 points. It seemed like he was just scoring at all three levels. It seemed like he was in a really good rhythm from the outset. What did you see from him tonight?
His confidence is great. He missed a couple early, and he just keeps coming. He missed one on a possession. We get the offensive rebound, and he bangs the shot on the next possession. I thought he was a beneficiary of the movement of the ball. When we moved the ball, he got cracks. And on the possessions that we didn't, it kind of took him out of the game a little bit. But did a great job moving and hunting those shots. And obviously he's a really good shot maker. And the way he competes defensively, can't be understated because every possession he plays on offense, there's an equal and opposite possession on defense. And he holds his own on that end of the floor, which is critical for a guy that's a really good shooter, really good offensive player.
And obviously a spot start for him. Just what does it say about him that he steps into this role just to kind of in a spot start in this season and is able to contribute like that?
Yeah, I think, the thing about him, we've moved him around. Obviously, he wasn't in a stable role early in the season and always kept himself ready. And then we've moved his rotation around a little bit, even recently. We've kind of shifted the way we've used him, and he's in the same mold as the Kenrich Williams of the world. Mm-hmm. In terms of you can't rock those guys. You just, whatever role you put them in, they stay ready and they're the same player no matter what. And so that is what gives you confidence to go to him when, we have a late, Shea scratch and we need to find a starter. He's going to be ready to play, and he's proven that through all the roles he's played, not just starting roles.
Are you learning more about his game and that, he's not just a catch and shoot guy, he can put it on the floor some, initiate offense? Are you sort of testing the bounds of what he can do?
Yeah, and I think the players kind of test their own bounds when they're out there enough. And he certainly, there's more to him than just the shooting. And the biggest thing, I agree with you, he's got more on offense, but the biggest thing is defense. He can handle his matchup, and he's in the right spots, and he competes, and he knows what we're trying to get done. And, the points are loud, the three-point shots are loud, but he is invested in the invisible things that help your team win, and that's what makes him that's what is so encouraging about him as a player for me. There's a reason he's in the NBA. It's that skill, but it's when a guy's committed to the invisible stuff like that, that's when he's got a real shot.
Second oldest team in the NBA, just your thoughts on facing a team of that caliber and pedigree and kind of putting yourselves up against that tonight?
It's good that we have that experience. Obviously we're trying to make a push like everybody else, so it's it's good go up against a veteran team. They made big plays down the stretch, hit a run, I want to say to start the fourth, so it's good we kind of got that experience, kind of know what to expect. I think we play them 3 more times. So
then, even without Shea, you all had 27 assists on 41 big baskets. What did you think of just the style of play that you all tried to maintain tonight?
Just tried to move the ball. I think we had 17 assists at halftime. Just trying to play with each other, and our theme this year has just kind of been compete together. I thought we did a good job of that. Kind of got away from it in the second half, but just kind of knowing that when we have, a scoring threat like Shea and just kind of what he brings to the floor, we kind of had to make up a lot of ground. I thought we did a pretty good job of that.
And then you're up to third on the OKC all-time rookie scoring list after tonight. Just your thoughts on the season that you're having and the way you've been able to put that together so far?
I'm just playing hard. I think a lot of it has to do with, being able to get minutes, which kind of goes back to the coaching staff, kind of having faith in me to just go out there, play, play through my mistakes. Just trying to read what the defense gives me and just playing off of our guys. I think like I said, it's easier to score when guys are willing to be unselfish and share the ball.
Jacob, what was it like for you coming back to Arizona, just first time being able to play here in the NBA?
Well, it wasn't hot like it usually is, which is cool. Yeah, but it's cool. I had a bunch of family and friends here. It's always cool to come back home, and most importantly, I got to see my parents, and I'll probably go back out there with them. My brother played today, and they won, so cool experience to be here for the first time and actually play. I'm like 25, 30 minutes away from here, so being able to play here after coming and watching games since I was like 8 was really cool.
And wanted to ask you what you've seen from Isaiah just in your time playing with him, but also getting a spot start tonight and just obviously the way he's able to contribute for you guys.
He's all right. No, he's been really good for us this year. Obviously, he's the best shooter in the league. Continues to prove that on a nightly basis. I think the biggest thing with him is he stayed ready all year. And I think, it's kind of just a testament to our team. And then, like I said, he's, when he gets a call up to start or when he needs to come off the bench, he's hit big shots for us, and tonight was no different.
Jalen, how often would you come to games here growing up, and were you a Suns fan?
No, I was not a Suns fan. Pretty regularly, especially when the Lakers were in town. Just growing up a Kobe fan, that was a pretty easy time to be able to see him. So, but yeah, I think, you kind of have that Laker-Suns rivalry growing up. So that was, it's a really cool experience, be able to come play here. And you have a lot of like YMCA games here on the weekends and stuff, not during season. So it was cool.
Jalen, was there a point early in the season, or maybe it was training camp or whatever, where you were like, I'm going to be okay? Like I might actually be able to do this?
I think getting drafted was kind of my tone setter just from that standpoint of confidence. I've had talks with our coaching staff, and they just kind of believe in me. I think that's been huge for me. Definitely playing with a lot of confidence, and I think also just have a lot of confidence in myself to begin with. But I don't think there was a particular moment where I knew I could play. I just kind of carried myself that way.
How did you see your rookie season going? Did you have an idea how it would go?
I had no idea, and when I got hit in the face, I was just trying to take it day by day. I think that was a really good lesson to kind of have, because you don't know what to expect playing in the NBA. So I actually think that really helped me out and kind of slowed everything down for me, and then I've just kind of been able to figure it out as I go.
Yeah, your coach talked earlier before the game about putting hurdles in front of you to see if you can clear them, and he said that you pretty much cleared everyone, like going to Boston and guarding Jalen Brown pretty well, and then guarding LeBron. But now tonight you had most of your time against Booker. So what was that like? And then what would you say your defense was? Obviously you played well offensively.
Yeah, I'm just accepting the challenge. Obviously, I think he had a lot of points, but yeah, just going out there and getting these experiences now is good. I think it kind of lets me know what I need to work on offensively and defensively. Just trying to learn from the guys and also learn again like who I'm playing against. See how he picks his spot, but it's fun to compete, and it's cool that the coaching staff has a lot of trust in me, and they're willing to kind of throw me out there in those situations, and I'm not backing down from whoever the situation or task is. So it's always good to compete with those guys.
Did you grow up a Kobe fan or a Laker fan?
Both, but I feel like if you bring up the Lakers, Kobe's probably the first person you would think of.
And so when you played in that game in LA a couple weeks ago, what was that experience like?
That was awesome. That was my first time actually inside of Staples that I can remember. I think I was there like when I was 4, so I don't really count that, but that was really cool. And then obviously for that occasion to be my first time and watch LeBron obviously break his record was really cool. Coolest part was we won. So
yeah, you got to do the walk-up interview.
Yeah, so yeah, that was really cool. I didn't even really think about that. Yeah, that was a really cool moment.
I saw your tweet actually, bigging up your brother Cody being All-American, and also obviously tonight being a Perry, your alma mater, that he plays with 1, and then he's on Caboni's draft projection for number 2 next year. What are your thoughts on when you see Cody getting so much acknowledgement after you?
It's really cool. Obviously, the draft express thing, I can't really relate to that. I wasn't on anything. So he's ahead of me in that way, but it's really cool. Just kind of knowing that, I kind of molded a lot of that, and being a part of it and watching him kind of go through his own experiences at his own rate is really awesome. It kind of went for him not really wanting to go, and now since I left, to kind of seeing a lot of this stuff, like where he would see me go to the gym late at night and skip hang out with friends to go work out, like he really adapted and kind of jumped into that, and it's really cool to kind of watch him grow up, and he's kind of seeing what his work will get him, and he's been playing really well. So I'm excited to see what's next for him. Obviously, he'll go to Colorado and play well there. So it's really cool to kind of see him get that recognition and, kind of get what I didn't have. So that's really dope.
That's your dad's jacket?
Yeah. This is Ron, right?
Yeah. Was that intentional tonight coming home?
Yeah. It's a Negro League jacket as well. So, obviously Black History Month and a lot of that. So this is really cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jay.
How y'all doing?
Isaiah, I just want to get your take on the opponent tonight and how you all kind of handled the matchup against such a veteran-laden team.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had, a mindset going into this game. One of the better teams in the league. We love being battle-tested, especially by the great teams, and I feel like we stuck in there for the majority of the game. We just gotta be locked in a little bit more on some key details, but overall, proud of the guys, proud of the team, the way we fought. They're a great team, and we got a good look from them.
Yeah, the offense kind of kept you all in this, even without Shea. Just want to get your perspective on the way that you all continue to move the ball.
Yeah, I mean, we play well together. We have great chemistry, and we know what it takes offensively to get going and get wins on nights. But today it was the defense that kind of sold us short. But we're trending in the right direction. We're a young team, and we're continually growing. And I think a lot of people can attest to that. So as long as we keep growing, keep getting better as a unit, keep playing together, I think you're gonna see good things in the future.
How'd that baseline dunk feel?
That was the easy one. Those dunks like that are the easy ones. Really no body contact. I just get to show my sneaky athleticism that I never show. So definitely, Jay Will gave me a great pass on that. So I was in the position, so I just kind of rose up.
I say you almost had your career high by halftime. What's it like just being in that kind of shooting zone that you were in tonight?
Yeah, I mean, had it going the first half. I think we moved the ball very well. I think we had 17 assists going into halftime, which is great for us. So that is definitely plays a really big part in my performance of the first half. Teammates were finding me. I was in the right position. I was knocking out shots. I think we really just had it going as a whole. We were down 5 at halftime. So.
J.J. Redick was on the call for ESPN tonight. I know you guys just missed overlapping in Philadelphia, but did you study his game at all, or moving off the ball and finding looks? For sure,
I think he's one of the greatest to ever do it as far as moving without the ball. He had a lot of little tricks. I watched some film on him, especially after I got drafted, because I knew that I was gonna have to have a lot of movement off the ball, and I think he's just a really good person to to look at if that's kind of the route that you're taking. So for sure.
Isaiah, you've shown your readiness a lot this season, whether it's coming off the bench or just stepping in the fourth quarter. But getting the spot start tonight, just what was going through your head when Mark told you that you were starting?
Just treat it like any regular game, just come in with the same mindset, just having a winning mentality, whatever it takes to win, whatever it takes to get better. So I didn't try to, put any extra pressure on myself. I've been here, plenty of times, so I think just going into the game, just have a mindset of just be ready, just do what you do.
You mentioned the ball movement and how much that helped you. Just how much easier is it finding your spots or finding your looks within this offense?
Yeah, I mean it's getting easier each and every day out there. You build chemistry with a team, build chemistry with the players and the coaches. You know what to look for in yourself. You know what to look for within the system, and so I think you just continue to find ways to get open, continue to find ways to move, maybe just draw a defender and have somebody have an open lane to drive. I think this is a really good team to do that, and the way that we move the ball really complements that.